As you start to get fatigued and as you start getting tired, as you get hot and you dehydrate and you hit a lot of balls, often, generally, your skill level will decrease. So what's really important is that you start to use mental routines and use your, really focus your mind even more. Not bad. Nice, Matty. Straight into the ground over your front knee. Shorter step too allows you to get over your front knee. Yes. It's okay, full face, just a little bit open. Caused you to slice it fractionally. Good. Brilliant. Better, better. Heads are lining up better. Good, that's okay. Nice position. My honest opinion of that round was probably the best I've seen you hit him, I reckon. And the big thing for me, which then transferred into your whole shot, was you were getting your weight over your front knee better than I've ever seen you before. Yep. When you play well, even when you play well, sometimes you're sort of a bit here, and then squirt square because your weight's back. I reckon it was remarkably sort of different how far over that front knee you were. And like you say, everything was down there. Your shape was brilliant. You weren't coming across it at all, and you weren't doing that sort of C swing where you go in and out because your weight was forward and you were holding this front side strong. I reckon it was bloody brilliant. There was probably 2 balls that squirted that way and maybe 1 that went across. The rest out of 40 balls were down there. Yeah. All because you were really getting over that front knee and holding your left side strong. Brilliant. Agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Was it something you were consciously focusing on?
No, it's just, because obviously I wasn't really focusing on what was going on for the offside. I was really trying to focus on how my body was feeling when I was trying to play straight or through. So probably the reason I gave it that 7.5 or 8 is because I did feel my body.
A little bit. Yeah, and
that.
you were a little bit across, but you still held your shape. So when you get a bit across, like ultimately, the biggest sort of most important thing I reckon is your bat swing, because that's what hits the ball. But your balance then is the thing that causes your bat swing to go awry and get in trouble. So if you do happen to get over here, as long as you're trying to really hold your bat straight, you can get away with it. It's not consistent. You're not going to be able to do it forever because you're more likely to miss it when you're over here than when you're there.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you're over here and you're going like that, that's when you're going to get in a lot of trouble. If you're falling over and you're still holding your shape, you will hit the ball because you're presenting the full face.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, really. Full face. Yes, your balance was tipping a little bit, but most of the time you were really solid over that front knee.
Yeah. Towards the end, for the offside, it felt really comfortable.
Yeah.
Really.
So you got to try and work out what it was and make that consistent. Because it was brilliant. Whatever your trigger was, whatever was working, that's what you got to try and now make as your blueprint. That was awesome. That's all right. Just try and really reflect on balls and be curious. Ask yourself lots of questions about what's going on.
At the moment, I've chopped it on. I'm trying to stay out of my head.
Yeah.
Particularly with everything.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, yeah. That's the best way. But if you don't know what's going on in the moment, you can't really do it again. It's just like a chance thing. It's a fluke. Yeah. But if you can work out, okay, when I focus on my head here, and I'm really relaxed in my body and taking a deep breath, they're the 3 little triggers, just 3 little triggers. Head, relax, breath. That allows you to play well. They could just finding those little things that are allowing you to play well.
I was also thinking about my feet.
Okay.
So I was actually making sure my heels are on the floor.
Yeah.
Rather than lifted up.
Stopping tipping over. Big thing.
So
big thing.
Still trying to make sure my weight is on.
Maybe that's what you just got to do. It's a pre-ball routine. It's just heels on the floor, see ball, hit ball. Something like that. So you go from the physical to like a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where your weight's just sitting back in bed. Back leg collapsed a little. Better. Look, you're falling over your front knee. Big difference in your contact. Lovely shot. You've got to be careful because your first round, the standard was so high. You've now set yourself an expectation to stay that high. And we had a bit of a 5-minute break where we picked up balls, had a chat. Like, maybe just something changes and maybe it's not quite going to be that high, but you've got to not get frustrated. You've got to realise, like, shit, that first round was that good. If you hit them all terribly, you could still walk out here saying, I played really well today.
Yeah.
So just if you hit a few bad ones, you don't quite get it right, it's okay. Just chill. Right, so you're obviously playing well at the moment, which is great. Scoring runs, you're spending time in the middle. We've just got to keep working at turning them into bigger scores and batting longer. How many balls did you face?
100.
86 off 100, okay? Scored quickly.
Yeah.
So if we can bat for another 50 balls, you're probably 120, 130.
Yeah.
Because once you get to 100, you can play with even more freedom. Just got to, like, you've gone 49, 86, great, but we've got to get that monkey off the back and get that 100 soon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Reset in here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day. Got to restart. Yeah? You've got a chance to bat all day. But you've got to take it one ball at a time. Okay, one ball at a time. You've got to not overthink it tonight. Tonight you've got to distract yourself. Let tomorrow be. Trust your preparation. A lot of people get out early the next day when they're not out because they've been overthinking it. You just got to let it happen one ball at a time. And if you get in, make it count. Shot. Nice and sharp. Good. I'm liking your setup today. What are you doing differently? You look like you're just a bit more upright and you're just a bit more bit more energy rather than like a little bit slack. I'm liking this setup. Good boy, brilliant. Good. Okay, just check yourself. That ball's on middle and leg. I think if you're playing really well, your head's over your front leg and you're clipping that through mid-wicket. But you're just blocking it because your head's falling over. Well played. Shot. Not bad, just a fraction upright. Didn't quite bend through the front knee, but swing was good. Just didn't have any power. Good. Nice shape, Dokes. Brilliant. That's you at your best, boy. Pull shot, cover drive combo. Brilliant. Picking the right ball to hit. Played. If I'm being harsh, I want you to get across further than that and block it straighter. Or attacking that forward defence. Sharp. Good fast feet. Beautiful shape, Riles. Beautiful balance. Lovely straight bat. Nice power. Good over, mate. Really nice working in straight lines beautifully. Wee. Bounce. Beautiful, Riley. Beautiful batting. Good, well watched. Nice set again. Don't get too cute. Don't get funky. Nice batting. Keeping it simple. Your technique is really, really good. It's just about focusing that mind. Every ball, trying to make the best decision to that ball. Sharp boy. Lovely feet. Lovely side on position. 2 to come. Oh, slowed it up a bit. Right, took a bit of pace off those last 2. You just threw your shot a little early. Just wait, and then wait till it gets close to you, then accelerate. Might be out, hey, to point? What was the difference with that one and the others you've hit well? Yeah, it was a bit outside your eye line, you're right. And then I reckon your bottom hand just took over it, sort of like sliced under the ball rather than that top side being in control and hitting with a full face. Through where you're trying to hit, that sort of opened up and sliced across the ball. Shot, George. Brilliant, balanced. Well left, good girl. Exactly what we just spoke about. Well done. Solid, good. Shot. It's all right, you're looking for that shorter one, which is okay, but just got to keep working it, reacting forward and back. I don't mind you sort of hanging back because that's your strength. As long as you can just keep out that fuller one. Shot. Nice, G. Yes, George. Brilliant batting. Yes. Excellent. Bowler won't stay there. They come full, you drive them. They go short, you cut them. They come straight, you clip them. Quality. That's okay. Maybe could have driven it, but I don't mind it. Don't mind it. Getting used to what you can leave and what you can play. Played them beautifully. No, you got better. Like you certainly got better as you went on, but it wasn't bad by any stretch at the start. Just, and that's the never-ending battle every batter has, is picking length. Like that's sort of one of the hardest things about batting is making that decision. Do I go forward or do I go back? And then sometimes we get stuck on the crease because we're not sure. So the main thing is that you commit one way or the other, and you're playing so well off the back foot, you just got to sort of stop it when it comes full. And then when they do overpitch, you can probably drive it, but just got to keep working at it. And it's just doing lots of that sort of stuff. Lots of that sort of stuff, just where you are practicing picking up lengths. Just be conscious of that back leg. The last ball you hit okay, but your back leg twisted. That one had twisted a bit more and you got your swing wrong. Better. Good girl. Yeah, front on, lose your left wrist. Nice shot, great timing. Bat swing was excellent, balance was great. Yes, that's a beautiful swing of the bat. Play with, that's it. You sort of like really played with a bit of freedom there. Why'd it go there? Yeah, your swing sort of went in a C direction because you sort of went front on and then your hands tried to go back into the ball and they go. So just that sort of hips and back leg twisting takes it off the straight line. I reckon you're playing really well. But as you start to get fatigued and as you start getting tired, as you get hot and you dehydrate and you hit a lot of balls, often, generally, your skill level will decrease. So what's really important is that you start to use mental routines and use your, like really focus your mind even more. At the start, when you're fully fresh, it's like Chris Rogers, or this is actually what the Australian cricket team sports psychologist talks about, is having a water tank. And your brain is a resource, okay? And it's like imagine your brain's a water tank. At the start of the session, you arrive, you relax, whatever, your water tank's full. As you just hit ball after ball after ball, your water tank, it's like having a tap on at the bottom and it's just draining. If you get to sort of after half an hour or 35, 40 minutes into the session, completely empty, you're not going to be able to focus, you're going to make mistakes. So what we need to do is we need to take little seconds, little moments, to refresh and just sort of fill that water tank up a little bit again so that you've got enough in there just to fully focus for that ball. Then you refresh again and you just put a little bit more in there, turn the tap off, and then you just refresh so that you're into the next ball. Okay, you don't want to completely drain your water tank, and just by taking that little bit longer, just maybe tops it up a little bit more. Yeah, so don't feel like you have to rush, especially as we get later in the innings. Early on, you've got enough in there. You can just get away with hitting, but just as we progress, take that little bit longer. It's the same as a game. As you bat for longer, you're going to start to fatigue, you're going to start to dehydrate. You've got to keep drinking water whenever you can, because that's so important. But in between balls, you've got to switch off and then you've got to switch back on again. Yeah, take your time now, last 5 minutes or so. Finish well. Take your time between balls, really think about what you need to be focusing on. Relax, deep breath, step away in between. Okay. Yeah. Nice, George. I love how you slowed yourself down there. Deep breath, you reset, and then that was a great shot. Good girl. Excellent again. Nice, G. Brilliant. Oh. You know they're going to verbally try and get in your head too tomorrow, don't you? You've got to be ready for them to tell you that you're not good enough, you're not old enough, you're out of your depth. Everything, they're not going to be personal. They don't know you. They're not going to say you're a terrible bloke or a dickhead or anything like that. But they're going to try and tell you that your cricket's not good enough. You just got to ignore them, mate. Like, you'll hear it, don't give it any attention. Just think, yeah, it's all good. I'm good enough. I know I'm good enough. Don't give it any attention because they'll try and get in your head. Okay, one good way to get it stop that is by being positive and hitting the ball to the boundary a few times. Well played, solid. Good. Didn't quite nail it, and there's a square leg there, but I like that you're playing it. So I was hoping I threw it a fraction short, I was hoping you'd pull it. Good leave. Well left, Danny. Good. Yes, Danny, good boy. You've worked hard for that. Got one in your zone, well played. Solid. Good, you got off your back heel there. Don't have to think about technique now, but just rather than there, you're there, a bit further forward. Run, it's over the top. Don't mind it. Like you're fully committing to it. You're a bit early, but like you're committing to it. Righto. Spinners on. Leggy, they got a leggy. Field, slip, point, extra cover mid off. We'll go bat pad, straight mid wicket, 45. Deep forward square and mid on. Quite an attacking field. Good. He's going to be slow in the air. You can pull him. Well watched. Won't bounce that much in a game. Nice, Danny. Good batting. Good, good. Good use of your feet. Excellent.